could
you're
share
asking for a blueprint.
Yeah, just like, not in a superficial way, but generally, because like I said, there are men who are, I feel like there are men who are at a loss. That's what I feel like as a woman in this space.
Yeah.
For boys, let me use my nephew as an example, because he's been through the gamut of trying to figure out and find a male role model that he can align with, because he's struggling, and he got a little bit sucked into the manosphere bit and seeing women as a threat and trying to understand the war, because I've got to be a man, auntie, and so I mean, I don't have a blueprint to tell. I just be caring, be loving, be you. You're a beautiful person. I'm trying to feed him with love, but there's also this thing like, actually no, because Andrew Tate and them saying that actually this is a man and this is how I'm supposed to treat women. What is a blueprint?
You're right. There's a vacuum in terms of a code for men to live by that's healthy, right?
Okay.
I might be one of them. There's plenty of men's groups that are attempting to do similar things,
right,
but there are more that are nonsensical and unworkable,
right,
that exist, and they're louder, right? I can't sell you a woman or 3 women, a Bugatti, and a £1 million, yeah, because that's not workable, right?
Yeah.
What you have to do and who you have to become to achieve that as a grouping of things that you have outright is probably problematic.
Yes.
Or oppressive to someone, if not many people.
Yeah.
So my view is there's a balanced, healthy way to exist, but how you find it isn't going to be in the loud spaces, right? Going within, and first and foremost, this is where having dads matters. And the absence of dads at times has created this void where mothers, aunts, and sisters are attempting to do things that they may not understand because they don't have the lived experience.
Yeah.
Right? And actually, sadly and weirdly, it's easier for a man to raise a daughter than it is for a mother to raise a son. Right? Because of how women and men are socialized.
Yeah.
And there's so much evidence of what a man can be in the world, and there's less evidence of what a woman can be, that it's easier for a dad to color that in. But for a man, it's very specific and narrow, and we're actually trying to broaden it in a way that says that if you are more emotional, and if you're not somebody that wants to fight and someone that wants to play football, you're still a man.
Exactly. That's
so we
what
need
it
more
is.
evidence of those men being centered. So often when we talk about what's the answer to Andrew Tate, I hear that in media spaces where they show very narrow archetypes of masculinity, which harm more than they heal, fix, and invent.
Yeah.
We're not in war times. So if you only show men as like a man in war, you are limiting the possibility of other men who could add value in so many different ways. And they end up trying to be those types of men. They become more abusive, more problematic. There's a lot of men who are probably would be much happier in a queer, gay, pansexual, open, non-monogamous, or feminine energied relationship with a softer woman or a more masculine woman, and they're not allowed to do that, so they end up unhappy in relationships, enacting violence against other people. So for me, the answer is freedom to be.
Okay.
But you have to have the conviction.
But that's enough. That's something to freedom to be you.
Yes, but if I was to put it down to a regime, I think you have to. I think men are better when their body is tired. That's when they're most powerful. So a lot of it is
their body is tired.
Their body is tired. Their mind follows. Right. So to be disciplined, you have to understand. In men, testosterone is just saying, "Go on, then," all day. Right? So sometimes when women talk about how they feel on a period, we don't have the pain in the same area, but that feeling of an injection of something that's foreign to you is in us all day. It's just, go on then. You can jump. Go on. That woman, you can have her. You can impregnate her. Of course you can. You can have her. You could do this. You can make money. You can have that car. All day your body is pumping you to just do shit. Right? So if you don't have discipline, if you haven't worked out in the morning, go on then. All day is just full of problematic interactions. So the first thing I say to all people is go and work your body, right? And then your mind will follow. When you're working in your mind, you need a clear framework to exist within that doesn't have harm centered in it. You don't need to oppress to exist.
I've never heard that in my life.
What do you mean?
I have never heard a man sit down and speak about what testosterone does.
Exactly.
Never heard it.
Not
never
like this.
heard.
Because you're not present to it.
Exactly.